Good morning, guys. Welcome to this week's episode. We're going to go over the third trimester this week. So that starts from your 28th week all the way until Bubba's arrival. I think the first part of the third trimester, nothing really changes. You might start to feel a bit more tired, a little bit heavier. But
Yeah,
I'd
definitely.
say when you cross over to 30 to 32 weeks, that's when it's like, it hits you like a bus.
Yeah, it does. I was going to say, I remember, I was like, you hit the third trimester and you almost expect like, oh my gosh, it's the last part, but you're still all right until you hit about 30, 31 weeks and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I've still got 9 weeks left of this, like maybe even longer for some people. Like, how am I going to cope? Because there's a heavy baby in there.
Yeah.
And it's
definitely.
a lot. Your hips are like, that was like my worst sleeping mark after like, when I hit the third trimester, it was like sleep. I just couldn't lay on either hip. It was, I ain't sleeping, I'll sleep sitting up. I'm sure you would have listened to our podcast that I talk about sitting up. But yeah, third trimester, there's not, you feel the tiredness and stuff like that, but it's more that you're just heavy and you're almost just ready for that baby to be out by that night.
And everything you seem to do evolves around baby coming out.
Yeah.
So at the time of recording, I'm now in my third trimester.
Yeah.
By the time this airs, our little baby should be here. But yeah, so now I'm starting to think, like, we literally, as soon as we hit 30 weeks, I was kind of like easing up to it anyway mentally. Because I knew as soon as we got to that, as soon as we got to potentially 10 weeks left, it would just blink and, we'd be like 38 weeks and baby's due any day.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely feels like that. So the last week I've spent thinking about what is it that I need to do now to prepare me for labour and to prepare me for birth and having another baby. And the first thing that's on my checklist that is due to start in a couple of weeks is raspberry leaf tea. Jumping on that bad boy again.
Yeah.
Not that it's worked in any of my previous pregnancies because both girls have been late.
But you have to have it just in case.
But yeah, I'm not tempting fate. I'm going to try it again.
Yeah.
What it's meant to do is it's meant to make your labour like not quicker but easier. Like it's meant to strengthen the womb muscles.
Yeah.
And assist with labour. Some say that it can bring labour like not on quicker because baby's going to come out when baby's ready, but helps with that preparation of baby being ready.
Yeah.
And so I think from memory, I can't remember if you know, but I think from 32 weeks they say no more than one a day.
Yeah.
And then from 36 weeks you can up it to 2 or 3.
I think it's 3 times a day you can have it.
Yeah, so I will be doing that, and that's going to start next week.
I think I didn't really do it regimented.
I didn't really with the girls.
And I think that's maybe why, like, maybe we need to be, like, regiment with it. Because I have my morning coffee.
Yeah.
I was having. Then I wouldn't want another hot drink. But you can have it cold.
I had mine cold with Lily because of the same. I was like, I must have done it with Harper as well. But yeah, I just used to make a picture up and keep it in the fridge. And I've seen someone do it with pineapple juice. So depending, because obviously we all know by now that I struggle a little bit with drinks still. If I am struggling, I might mix it with Rio.
I don't know. I thought you were trying to say milk, but you said lilk.
Oh.
That's why I was like, what? But you meant lit?
Lil.
Lite?
The pineapple-ish drink. I was talking about Rio anyway.
Yeah. But
I said the wrong name anyway.
I thought you were trying to say milk. I was like, what?
No.
Milk? I know what one you mean now. Yeah. Okay. That's a good shout though.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try that next time because it's more of like a...
I think pineapple's meant to be good for you as well.
Like softens cervix and... What did I say?
Soften cervix.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
I think it's getting to that point in the day where the lot of the verbal was just not making sense.
The words are going to come out, but they're not going to come out in the right order.
No, they're not going to make sense. And if you might not know, I'm dyslexic, so then word sentences are just a bit scattered at times.
We can decipher. I can normally translate.
Yeah, you can.
Normally
That's why a lot of the time I stop talking during a sentence and Amber continues it because she knows that I have no idea what I'm saying. So she's like, I'll just take that sentence. I'm like, oh, thank you for saving me. I whispered again. But yeah, that third trimester, it's just, I think you're almost getting excited because it's like the countdown is on, isn't it? So you're like, what can I do to get this baby out, get on like a lot of walks, and
I'm starting to think about like my pelvic health as well now. I'm coming out of a quite chesty, nasally, cold thing that's just stopping me from breathing. So I haven't done anything yet. But hopefully, as soon as this goes, which I'm hoping will be this week, I'm jumping straight onto the prenatal like yoga and just really strengthening my pelvic floor, but also like limbering it up, allowing it to kind of do an exercise that will encourage it to allow the baby to come out as well. And loosening my hips. At the moment, the baby last midwife appointment was breech.
Okay.
I've been told I don't need to worry
just yet.
Yeah, because they're still quite able to move around and things. And I do, like, some days I do feel it where I'm getting kicked in the stomach, and so I know it is moving.
Yeah.
But there's a really good website that I've been recommended before in my previous pregnancy by my midwife called Spinning Babies, and they've got a load of exercises on there that aren't just about baby's position. They're all about like assisted and labour too, and give optimal position for baby. So I have been doing some of their exercises, even though the midwife insisted I don't need to worry. Of course, I'm a woman, I'm pregnant, I'm going to worry.
Yeah, you're going to start doing it now. Apparently, you can, if you go swimming and you do a handstand, it helps flip the baby as well.
So that's the same, like one of the exercises I'm doing at the moment is
What position are you going to
It's a bit like a handstand, but it's not. I do it on the bed, but my bed is like double the height of a normal bed, so it's basically a handstand.
Head down?
Yeah.
Legs up?
Yeah, so my knees stay on the bed.
Yep, and then your hands
and
hit
then
the
I
floor.
go all the way down to the floor with my elbows and forearm on the floor. You've got to leave your head dangling, your head can't touch the floor. And it does the same thing, it relaxes those pelvic muscles to create space for the baby to be able to move.
It's like your position in the bath.
Yeah. But I can only do it when Aaron's around, because I get halfway as trying to get back up and I'm like, oh, I need some help. I did fall off the bed in a controlled manner a few weeks ago. So do make sure that you're being careful when you're doing these things, and when I say fall off the bed, it wasn't a fall. I just kind of collapsed in a heap, but let myself gradually, like limb by limb, took the body weight down to the floor. So it wasn't a fall. But if you do fall at any point in your pregnancy, especially third trimester, when you're probably a bit more clumsy, heavy-footed, a bit bigger, so you can't necessarily see the floor, always contact your and get yourself checked out.
100%.
Any fall. Doesn't matter how serious it is, doesn't matter if you're hurt or not, just make sure that you're speaking to your midwife and just getting a once over.
100%. And if you get electrocuted, also go get checked.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Come on, tell the story. So, tell the people what they want to hear.
Third trimester, nesting is coming. I'm trying to tidy up the house and got a bit of water on my hand. I'm cleaning everything.
She's an absolute idiot, basically.
I am an absolute idiot. And I basically have this Ninja air fryer, and I had it plugged in, and I was taken out to move it, and my hands were wet, and I took it out and I threw it down because the plug, obviously where my hand was wet and the plug touched it, just from being in a live socket, electrocuted my hand. It went all the way up my arm.
It didn't hurt, it just went up all the way up.
Yeah, I didn't like jump back or like, but I was like, holy, oh no. And then all of a sudden I felt Finn go a bit, like in my head I was like, he's not moving. So I was like, oh, God's sake, I'm going to have to, and bearing in mind, I think at this point I don't know what was going on, but I'd been to the hospital or my midwife appointment a lot, and I was just ready to have like a week off, if that makes sense, of not going out anywhere. And yeah, I called them. I was like, so I've electrocuted myself. And they were like, okay. I was like, I was cleaning and I held a plug with a wet hand and I just pulled it out. And they're like, right, did you shoot backwards? I was like, well, no, but it did travel up my arm. They're like, yeah, you need to come in and get checked. I was like, oh, God's sake. I was like, goodness. And
I bet they get it so often.
Yeah.
You're not the only pregnant person that I know who's done the same thing.
So there we go. It's just because you're rushing around trying to get, like, I think when you're in that nesting phase, it's like, quick, I must get everything done.
Like, everything's about baby. Like, you really do just forget about yourself because you're like, I just need to get it done because my baby. That you forget about looking after yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it is funny that they said, did you jump back? I was like, well, if I jumped back, it might have been, I probably wouldn't have just called the midwife team. I probably would have been like, no, I've just got electrocuted, I'm pregnant. Like, it did travel. They checked me all over. They checked Finn. They kept me in, I think, for about an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they were like, you're fine. I was like, okay. They were like, we just obviously had to check you over. And then Josh was like, right, you're not touching play. Yeah, you're not cleaning like that. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to do it? No. But yeah.
Talking about, like, you saying you felt like you noticed Finn's movements drop, that is another massive thing. Like, you should be paying attention to baby's movements from, like, you'll start to feel baby move in your second trimester. Towards the end of the second trimester, you should start to notice maybe they're more active at certain times of the day. But when you're in your third trimester, from the beginning of your third trimester, you should have quite a clear pattern of movements, a quite clear routine. Like, they always move at this time, they always move at that time. If I do this, baby moves for, you know.
It's weird because I didn't have that.
So,
sorry.
Where I was going with that, give me a minute.
Sorry.
It's like, even then, with your electrocution moment, like, you just were innately aware. And so a lot of the time you will just be like, oh, I haven't felt baby move. Now this when that thought process enters your head, that's the moment you contact your local hospital unit to go just get baby monitored. You're not wasting anybody's time. Don't sit and think, oh, I haven't felt baby move for a while, and then wait half an hour to then feel baby move. If that thought has cropped up in your head, it's probably a natural instinct. Your body's probably already picked up on the fact that something's not as normal, whether or not you're consciously aware of baby's routine. If you can get to that point where you are, fantastic. But if you're not, you know, something will niggle you.
100%.
And if you get that niggle, go get checked, make sure baby's okay. Everyone would rather you go and get it checked. You're not going to waste anybody's time than something be wrong with baby and not know until it's too late.
100%. They are always like, no matter what, like, we'd rather you get checked than not.
Yeah.
Which is very important. You're not wasting anyone's time. Like, you need to make sure baby's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, going back, because I know I jumped in because I thought, I never had like a full pattern with Finn. I just felt him move.
Yeah.
I just didn't know, like, you know, when you're saying like you feel him in the mornings, the afternoons.
So what I say by that is that, like, so I know with this one, so I couldn't tell as well with Lily because I had an anterior placenta, which means it's at the front, so it's slightly hard to feel movement anyway. And again, it can just be a woman's relationship with their body. But I knew that if I went more than an hour and a half without feeling some kind of movement with Lily, something's not right.
Yeah. So that's what I mean.
So it could be that way. With this baby always moves somewhere between 6:30 and 7:30 in the morning.
Early bird.
Yeah, and always moves around 9 and 10 o'clock at night. And because I'm so busy during the day, I don't know any routine during the day. I just know those 2 times. But I do know that if the baby hadn't moved over a certain period of time, then
you would notice it. Yeah. I think you just got to use your mum gut instinct.
Yeah.
Basically, you'll know if it's right or wrong. Especially in that third trimester. Like, especially in the third trimester, that's like,
If any doubt creeps in,
just speak to them.
yeah, just give them a call. Because they ask you a couple of questions as well. Before asking you to come in, they'll ask you a couple of questions on the phone. And so even if you're doubting your belief in the lack of movements, they'll ask you a few questions on the phone, and they will probably ask you to come in.
Yeah.
So it's not you deciding to go in, and
It's them.
you deciding to waste people's time. Because it's one, not a waste of time, but it's actually, they are asking you to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
With your third trimester as well, talking about like midwives and stuff like that, I don't know if it's, obviously you can tell us on your second and third trimester, third baby, but I found after you hit your third trimester, you almost see the midwife more regularly. I've noticed that in them last few weeks, like it was like every other week I was seeing my midwife about something or going to get everything checked. And because you don't have a scan, I just went to my midwife appointment.
Yeah.
So you don't have a scan after 20
weeks.
20
unless you
weeks.
need a growth scan, which they normally only do for babies presenting small, or if you've got other medical issues. But yeah, your first pregnancy, you do get more midwife appointments anyway. And then with pregnancies full stop, they pick up more towards the end anyway. So I don't know the exact difference, but you definitely get at least 2, maybe 3 or 4 more appointments with your first pregnancy.
Just check on it. I guess they're checking the growth, aren't they, more?
I think it's just because you've not had a baby before, so they need to monitor how you as an individual handle having a baby.
Yeah, sorry, that was for the last part. But
so they just want to, because, well, so I've just had my 28 appointment. My next one's 34 weeks, that's 6 weeks. And then I think you have another one at 38, another one at 40. At 40, normally, depending on the practice, the trusts and policies, normally at 40 weeks you then get booked in for an induction, so that baby can be born before 42. And then that period of time, because you can really have a baby at any point, it's a bit hit and miss. You'll have appointments booked in, like if you want a sweep and stuff, they'll book that in for like every couple of days. I think I had my 40-week appointment, then I had a 40 plus 3, and then I had a 40 plus 6, and then the next one would have been my induction, so that would have been at hospital. But then Harper decided to come.
I'm coming!
Day 8, so I didn't have to worry about that. Same with Lily. I was booked in for a sweep, but ended up being in hospital giving birth anyway.
Wow, yeah, so I was booked in for my 40-week for the stretch and sweep, or is it just a sweep?
Stretch and sweeps, membrane sweep.
Yeah. But my waters broke like 2-3 days before that appointment, which I wish I kind of got that, because it may have, come on Finn, just kick into business a little bit more. But yeah, I didn't manage to get to my 40-week sweep.
Yeah, I don't think you missed out on much.
No. I almost feel like I did. I say I want to experience it, but I don't know if I do.
It's not overly painful or anything like that. I mean, for me, opting to have one was something that I wanted to have, because I felt, even because they're not 100% sure of how beneficial it is in inducing labour, and it is a form of induction in a sense, and it does have some repercussions for some women. It might irritate the cervix and slow things down and stuff like that. So it's worth looking into if it's something you're offered. But for me, just that mental decision that I was doing something to potentially help me get into labour. Like, I just needed, I'm a problem solver, I need to know the next steps, I need to be active, I need to be proactive, I need to be doing something. So for me, that was enough.
Don't we know?
Soz.
I came over on Wednesday and was like, right, I need to get all the baby stuff out of the loft. I was like,
what are we doing tomorrow? Well, I need you to come to my house.
Yes. I need you to go in the loft. I was like, okay, what do you need? I want all my baby stuff out.
Nesting has fully kicked in.
It literally has. But yeah, like, I don't know what you were saying. Oh, gosh, my brain is just not.
Oh, don't ask me. I've forgotten already. I know we're talking about sweet. Oh, midwife appointment.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know. The
Anyway.
nester, yeah. But yeah, you are full nesting mode when it comes to the third trimester. And I think that's when you kind of know because you're... I need to slow down and take a breath.
Like random jobs that you know deep down don't need doing.
But you're going to do them
All
anyway.
of a sudden, like, so I've stripped the paint off the banister.
Yeah.
Aaron's got to get that done before the baby arrives. This weekend, I want to paint the bathroom.
The bathroom?
Yeah, that one.
You're actually going to paint... Okay.
And I am toying with the idea of repainting our bedroom. Our bedroom. No, our bedroom does need paint on it, and I've told him that does have to happen before baby comes because then we won't get round to doing it because baby will be in our room. So we might as well do our bathroom.
You're doing your bathroom?
Our bathroom.
Yeah.
Because that's got like some patches.
Okay.
That one's just never been painted, so that needs to... Yeah, see this list? It's just going on
It's
and
going
on and
on.
on. And actually, it's not before the baby arrives. I'm just letting you guys know how my brain works. It's not before baby arrives. It's before my nesting party. Because all of this needs to be done before I actually have my nesting party, where everyone's coming around to help me nest. But I need to nest
Before everyone comes.
before to make sure that everything is nestable for when they come round.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit hectic.
So it's not really a nesting party because you're going to have most of the nesting done. It's just going to be like the last few jobs that you
It's going to be all the jobs that I don't want to do.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's got all the jobs that you're like, yeah, I don't want to do these. Who wants to do them?
Yeah. I saw my aunt at the weekend, who's already made it very clear that in the group that you're all in, that she's so excited to clean, and I kind of had to let her down and be like, it's not a cleaning party.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have people like slaving away scrubbing my skirting boards.
I would.
However, we joked about it, but I know she's serious. I'm going to make her own list.
Yeah, you got
That's
it.
compiled of all the crappy cleaning jobs that I'm just not doing.
Oh yeah, it got to be done.
She's well up for it.
Yeah, see?
Like, each to your own.
Yeah, but then you will get like, there'll be stuff that's probably on that list. I'm like, don't give me that.
Yeah.
What do you want else me to do? What do you want else me to do? Wow, Scarlett. What else do you want me to do?
Yeah.
There you go.
We are going to keep it with all the fun bits. And I say fun bits, like, in my head, that's like putting the car seat in the car, but
that
maybe...
stuff is.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
'Cause I was
that's
thinking
the stuff that we need to do. That's like
the
the
fun
fundament.
bits,
Yeah. Not fun, but they're the fundamental, so you
Like
can
the
class them
most,
as
like,
fun.
exciting...
Yeah, and
I
like,
don't know.
like getting out the next to me and stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
building that stuff, and it's getting everything wiped down because that's like you don't. I think looking at it, I would love that as the next time for someone just to come in and do it like for me, because I was the one making the next me because Josh was so busy with work and stuff, and he was like, "Why did you do it?" And I was like, "Well, I just wanted to get it done." But I feel like a nesting party.
I feel like this is a good time to plug Orderly Organised, who are sponsoring our baby episodes. It is a company that I run, hence why they're sponsoring us this season.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's exactly what I do. Is I go in,
sort it all
Mum,
out.
what do you need?
Yeah, but then if
I just do it. So there you go. You don't even need to worry.
do we get a nesting party just to delegate people to do stuff?
Yeah.
I think that I'm really excited about it because I think with the baby shower, I found my one, because you normally have them within your third trimester. It was great. There was a lot of people there that for me, it was quite overwhelming.
I was overwhelmed.
There was
for you.
It was a lot. And then
normally it's people that don't know people as
yeah,
well.
so everyone was in like different groups, and that was fine because people were still chatting. But it's when I started opening presents, I was like, swallow me
oh my God.
up. And I started doing them, and I was like, well, I can't just do half of them because everyone's wanting me to open their presents. So they're like, oh, this is what I got you. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm never doing that again because it was literally horrendous.
That's exactly with my baby shower for Lily, wasn't it? I was like,
yeah.
I hope you all don't mind, but I'm not going to be opening the presents until I'm with Aaron.
Yeah. I'm next time because I think your first one, your baby shower is like your first baby, isn't it? It's like, if I want a baby shower. And I think, yes, you would still do something for I would definitely do something for my next baby. But no way am I opening any presents or anything like that. I know the attention is on you because you are the mum, but I'm not sitting there opening every single one's gift because you're going, oh, thank you, this is amazing. To literally everyone, because it's like, what else do you say? Like,
and I feel like for the majority of it, at your one, it was just you and I talking to each other whilst you open the presents. Everyone just like
chatting and staring.
Because I was like, I need to like I could feel you were awkward, so I was trying
Yeah.
to talk to you to like help you out. Then it was like, then I started feeling awkward because everyone was just listening to our
Yeah.
conversation, but like our conversation was a public one, but no
Yeah.
one joined in
No,
it.
yeah, they were just kind of staring, and it was lovely. Everyone gave me such lovely and amazing gifts,
It was a lovely
and
day.
it was lovely. But just next time round, it's not happening that way. Not everything
But
leading
I
up
feel
to it was
your
great.
first one is like that.
Yeah, because you kind of work out what I would keep it a bit smaller.
And also, it's
And
the
just-
first time for many people that different sides of the family are actually meeting.
Exactly.
As well.
But
So
yeah,
that
no,
was-
it'll be a bit of a. I might even do it at a venue, so I don't have to faff about sorting
Yeah.
properly, tidying up, or I don't know. But yeah, just if you don't want all eyes on you, just don't open the presents in front of people.
Yeah, I think
'cause-
that is the game changer.
Yeah.
isn't it? Like, I just need to wait for baby's daddy.
Yeah, because then it ended up like dragging, like not as a bad thing, but you almost want it like a couple of hours, nice chit chat, everyone gives you
Yeah.
gifts, you chat to everyone. But then it went on for like an extra hour and a bit because I was sat opening presents and I wasn't just rushing it like a kid at Christmas. Like,
Yeah.
what have you got me? Thanks. Next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely will not be doing that.
And
again.
try and get it in before you. So you're meant to pack your hospital bag. They ask you to do it from 36 weeks. So yeah, try and get your baby shower in before then, because you never know what people are going to get you, and some of it
Exactly.
could go towards that. And sometimes people get you stuff that is for labour.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have to pack your hospital bag twice.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And if anyone asks, what do you want? Like, if there's anything specific, or you are a friend who's about to go to a baby shower and you're listening to this podcast, get stuff that they don't need to buy, like nappies, wipes, papanthum, so stuff that I've personally found that was like the biggest lifesaver.
Okay, you said buy stuff they don't need to buy. So you
Oh,
mean buy stuff that
they do need to buy. Sorry, I thought I said do. That
You might have. It might have been my ears.
No, buy stuff
we've
that they
clarified it.
we have. Buy stuff that they will want and that they won't have to buy. Like the mum won't have to buy. So buy stuff that I don't have to go out and buy for. Like what I'm trying to say is I didn't have to buy any nappies, I didn't have to buy any wipes.
So buy the essentials.
Buy the essentials. Like I'd have loved if someone bought me like maternity pads, breast pads, that kind of stuff, because that's the stuff that's actually.
I did give her some of that stuff.
You
so,
did?
Don't know what she's talking about, really.
No, but that's what I'm saying was the biggest lifesaver, having
Oh,
that
okay.
stuff. That's what I'm saying.
I thought you were saying you
No.
didn't get it, and I was like, but
No.
I did.
That was the biggest.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
I do a little.
But that was the biggest lifesaver, and like
Yeah.
I'd rather have an abundance of wipes, nappies, Sudocrem than a bunch of clothes from different
Yeah.
sizes, because the clothes you end up going to buy clothes because it's so special, because you're like, oh my god, look at this outfit, and obviously other people want to give you clothes because that's the thing.
And you might not have the same taste as the parents.
Exactly.
When it
So
comes to clothes.
100%. So I think avoid clothes buying unless it's like a really like if it was you and say this one is not if it's a boy,
Yeah.
I feel like I would have to go buy some boy clothes because
Yeah,
you.
I'd let you.
But do you know what I mean? I know what you like and everything like
Yeah.
that. But I think if you're gonna do a present, just get the essentials that because buying stuff for your hospital bag and buying stuff
Like
for
you can
postnatal-
never have too many size 2 nappies,
no,
for example.
exactly, and they are expensive. And like if you're gonna spend £25 or £15 on a set of vests, buy packs of wipes, because vests you can go out and buy if you need them.
Yeah.
But wipes and stuff like that, that's the stuff that needs to be bulk because you go through it so quickly. Or nipple gel if you know that they're breastfeeding, or find out what bottles they want to use, or like some sterilising tablets, or Muzzies, or Milton, and little things like that you know that they don't need to think about, that you've
Yeah.
got them and it's there for you. Not teddies.
Something
because-
that I like to do is think for the year as well. Like, especially now that I've had children, like knowing stuff that has helped me that I would never have thought to buy if I hadn't been recommended by someone else. The prime example, I did this with you, is with Harper, someone suggested these baby open cups that are slanted and with handles that the baby can learn to drink from. So I got you one
Yeah.
and put that in because I was like, she'll never come across this until she hits a problem. And it's kind of that problem solving for them, and like what
100%.
they got to use in the future that it's just different that
Yeah.
you wouldn't think of using. And if you're hosting a baby shower for someone, I loved this thing that you did, the nappies. Scarlett did this little game where everyone wrote a quote on the nappy, so that when you're doing like your nighttime changes or changes on a bad day, like there was all these like funny or motivational quotes on the nappies, and it was just it was really lovely.
Like a little support, like funny stuff as well, like just to get you giggling if it's like 2:00 in the morning, the baby's pooed everywhere. Like
dealing with your third poonami of the day, but it's at 2:00 in the morning.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's a really nice. And then you get like, and when we did it, I remember everyone was like, "What do I write?" And I was like, "Just write something that's funny or that you want them to know and stuff like that." Like it's that kind of thing. And and like you use them nappies anyway, so it doesn't really. Like they're going to get used, and that have a little quote on it is lovely, or a little motivational. Oh, sorry, my knee hurts. Sorry, camera. But yeah, that was a really lovely baby shower idea. Actually, I saw that on Pinterest, and I thought that would be really lovely. Oh, I might have to do it again then. Little game for the nesting party.
There we go.
But yeah, no, I think third trimester is always special because you're leading up to that big moment that your life's about to change. But even though you're feeling heavy and I know you're feeling tired and you're just slow, it's all going to be worth it. Yeah. Just remember that. And you're on the final push, mamas. You've got this.
Bring it on.
I can't wait for your baby. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for listening to our third trimester podcast, and we will catch you next week.
See you later.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of Honey, I Birthed the Kids. We love sharing our own insights and experiences as parents, but that is just what they are. So if you're concerned by anything discussed today, speak with your GP, midwife or other healthcare professional. For more information about Honey, I Birthed the Kids, visit our social media platforms and website www.honeyiBirthedTheKids.com.